Hello, everyone. Good evening. Let me know if you can hear me. Um, Let me just confirm from the YouTube. Okay, okay. Great. Good evening. How are you doing today? Just tell me how you're doing today. How was your how was your day? How was your week? How was your weekend? And by the way, for the children among us, happy Children's Day. I think it's 27th. I don't know when the date changed, but like everybody do having many of us went on public holiday because my office just called and they're like, we're on public holiday because it's Children's Day. And I'm surprised. I think it was 27th. Someone GM to confirm if Children's Day has changed from 27th to 26th. Because I don't know. Or why was the holiday? How was the holiday today? And I'm sure some people cannot relate, like digital marketers and social media managers. Let me just give you this disclaimer. If you're a digital marketer or you are a social media manager, just forget anything about public holiday. Like, just remove it from your calendar. Forget anything about public holiday, even weekends. The only day that you get to be free sometimes is on Sunday. And if you don't set strict rules to be free on Sunday, you will not even be free on Sunday. So, holiday is tomorrow. Eh, interesting. Because my office called me, though my office is in Canada. Maybe you guys, Canada and US, their holiday was today because the holiday was today. We had our own holiday today. Me, I thought it was 27th though. But as HR called me, I said that they are not holiday. Alright, okay. So today we'll be doing something different. Amos will be joining me soon. Um, we want to answer questions today. We want to answer questions. Precisely, if you have any questions on anything that we have been doing so far, like you maybe are not understanding some things, there are some things that are unclear to you, um, I want you to drop it in the chat box. We'll be going over some questions that I know that a lot of us will have. Yeah. So I'll be going over them, trying to answer them, giving the best answer as possible. And I will try to be practical, share share some knowledge with you guys, and we'll go from there. Glory, my day was fine. Only Glory actually asked if my day was fine. Thank you, Glory Baptista. Okay, all right. So we we are going to get in right into it now. All right. So this 7:05. If you have friends that need to be here and they are not here, let them join. Right. Amos will come and tell you guys about rules in digital marketing. This is week 6 of the course, and by now, some of you should be understanding, um, should be knowing where you want to, like what area you want to specialize in, and things like that. For Google Analytics and SEO, SME, if you have questions, try to frame your question. Don't just say Facebook ads. Frame your question like this is exactly what I need help with, or what, like, ask your question. Don't just type down the topic. All right. Don't just type down the topic. Okay. So the first question I'll be addressing today is, what exactly is a funnel and why is it important in digital marketing? What exactly is a funnel and why is it important in digital marketing? That's the first question I'll be talking about. So a funnel, yeah, a funnel is simply the journey that your clients, your customer take from being a total stranger up to the point where they buy something from you. That's what the funnel is. That's a simple definition of a funnel. One way you understand it better is that funnel that you have in the house that you used to that you used to pour kerosene or maybe fuel inside generator. That's exactly how a funnel is. At the beginning, you see how wide that funnel is. That's what we call the top of the funnel, right? At the middle, where it shrinks down, right? It shrinks down because how the funnel is designed is that it can take a lot of people from the top, and then as it goes down, that that hole shrinks down to for it to become really small, and it's accommodating small things that go in, right? So that funnel is it's broad at the beginning, right? And then it shrinks down till like when what is coming out is very, very small. Once what is going in is a lot, right? So that top is what we call our top of the funnel, and then we have the middle of the funnel, and then we have the bottom of the funnel. So those are the three things that we have, right? So at the top of your funnel, the top of your funnel, a lot of people are seeing you. For example, when you start running ads, I ran an ad recently that the ad kind of went viral because the ad was good, the creative was good, and the ad kind of went viral. I just spent small money on it, and boom, a lot of people started engaging with the ad. That we had over 10,000 views on that ad within 24 hours. We had over 10,000 views on that ad. Now that's our top of funnel. A lot of people have seen that ad. With that ad, there was a particular lead magnet. There was a call to action that says comment some comment something to get something in your DM. Right. So I don't know if a lot of you have seen this kind of content before. That they will tell you that comment comment question, and we'll send you a list of something in your DM. How many of you have seen that question before? How many of you have seen that kind of content before? I'm sure a lot of people have seen it if you are on Instagram or Facebook. It's a new type of way of collecting leads now, right? Um, yeah. So 10,000 people viewed the posts. About 120 people actually commented, right? Out of those 100 and something people that commented, about about like seven so far has bought out of the automation sequence that we set immediately they take our lead. So you can see that 10,000 people 10,000 people saw that post, but it was only 120 people that actually signed up for our lead magnet. And out of those 120 people, only 7 people bought something from the automated sequence that was set. So like that 10,000 people, they're at the top of the funnel. Then they shrink down to be 120 people, and then they shrink further to be just 7 people. All right. Yes, that's how marketing works. The more you have more people in your top of the funnel. That's why when you are a digital marketer and you are working for people, or you are doing digital marketing yourself, you need to understand your top of the funnel is very, very important. The more people know you, the more people buy from you, right? The more people know you, the more people buy from you. So you have to you have to be working on your top of the funnel like every day. So every day, a question that should be on your head is that, wait, how can I get more people to see me? How can I get more people? How can I get more eyeballs? Right? So people are surprised that out of 10 people that viewed, only 7 people that purchased. It takes a lot to convert a total stranger into a buyer. That's why a funnel works. And especially when you are selling information products. You know, if you are selling like shoes now, you can snap picture and show that this is a shoe. And then what they are really scared about is that they don't want you to cheat them, or they don't want you to, or they don't want you to cheat them. They don't want to buy like what I ordered versus what I got, or they don't want to, or they are just looking for the best price, right? So when you are selling a physical product, but when you are selling an information product, like something you cannot, there's no way you can show them what that looks like, right? You cannot physically hold transformation like this. So that's how that funnel this funnel works. But typically, you need a lot of eyeballs. Like you need the top of the funnel must be full every day. Like every day, there must be new people that are seeing you. All right. Whether you're selling information products or you're selling a physical product, whatever, the top of the funnel must be there. Right. A lot of times, the problem I see with a lot of people is that they don't have to, like you say, you have already set up all the funnel structures and email marketing and everything. But when I ask, okay, how many views are you getting a day? Like how many people are seeing you? How many new people are seeing you every day? And they start to stutter, right? And that's why ad coming. So, but back to my question. So, what's a funnel? A funnel is just simply that journey that you take your um, your target audience through from being a total stranger to um, to actually buying something from you. And that road, you can infuse a lot of things. You can make it fast. You can make it slow. And some people are saying only 7 people. What you don't know is that now I have 120 people as leads. I have them in my email marketing platform that I can always sell to, right? I can always sell to. And I'm definitely sure that because 7 people just showed interest now, I still have 123 people who have not bought, and I'll be sending them emails concurrently. And again, those 10,000 views that I've gotten, I can use it for retargeting ads. So when I'm running ads now, instead of targeting cold audience, I just do retargeting. So yeah, everybody that have viewed my post or they've commented, engaged in my posts, I retarget them, right? You must just be good at these things. You must understand how a funnel works. So that's it for this question. Any question on this particular question? Any question on this particular question? Do you have any question on this particular question, or do you understand it? Exactly. Okay. So if this understood, let's move to the second question. So what are the stages um, of a typical marketing funnel? I've explained this: top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. Right? So that these are the typical stages. So your top of the funnel can be SEO, for example. Your top of the funnel can be paid ads. Your top of the funnel can be referral. Your top of the funnel can be influencer marketing. Your top of the funnel can be different things. Then your middle of the funnel is like that nurturing process. So your middle of the funnel can be like the daily content that you post every day, or it could be emails, right? Your email sequences, you running emails, or it could be webinars, or it could be master classes, it could be lead magnets, free things like that. So those are your middle of the funnel. So people are already gone from this top of the funnel to being in the middle of the funnel. And then bottom of the funnel is actually them buying. Then people that buy, those are the top of your funnel. So you can kind of get the name. Just say tofu, mofu, and bofu. So you can easily remember that. Okay, let's move to the next question. So how do I move people from awareness to conversion into how do I move people from awareness to conversion in the funnel? So in one of our classes, I I spoke about I'm trying to I just forgot what I wanted to say now. Guys, give me a minute. Yes, I remember now. In one of our classes, I spoke about audience that you own and audience that you don't own, right? Audience that you own and audience that you don't own. Now, your audience on social media is people that you don't own. For example, if you have 10,000 followers on your Instagram, you don't own them, okay? You don't own them, right? Because if one of these days Mark decides that he's tired of seeing your face, you are done. It's over. It's over for you, right? And then I told you about funnel that you own, which is email marketing, right? If when you collect people's data. So today we're just looking at questions and answers today. So people asking for the topic. Today we're just answering questions. I'm just bringing up questions and answering questions. And if you have questions on some particular topic, I see a lot of people mention data analytics, but kind of frame your questions. Don't just say data analytics. Frame your question. What is your issue? What issue are you? What don't you understand in data analytics? So as I was saying, the audience that you own are practically your email list. Your email list. So how do you move people from awareness conversion? By taking people from the stage of knowing you, first of all, to actually nurturing them and then getting them to buy. There's the KLT factor that I've mentioned so many times. Is the know, like, and trust. So that's basically how you take somebody from awareness stage to conversion. So you need to um, you need to build that know. Know is that okay, let them know you first. Okay, you are running ads, you are doing your SEO strategy, you are doing your SCM, you are doing your referrals, ensuring that people are referring you. That's how they are knowing you. Then the like factor is actually what are you giving to them to make them like you? For example, what sort of lead magnets, what sort of value are you giving them? What sort of feel are you giving them? Your brand, does your brand just your brand portray to be trusted quality, or do you look like a beggar online? Things like that. So people get to like you and then they trust you before they can actually buy from you. So that's the KLC factor. So it's very, very important, right? So think about any brand that you see today that you start patronizing. You first had to know them. So one day maybe an ad just pop up, or a friend just came to tell you, "Oh, have you heard about this brand? I've been using it," and you went from okay, if your friend told you or you found it on Instagram ad or something. You went on to really you went on to like checking their social media page, right? Like for me, when somebody tells me about something, a new product, the first thing I go to is Instagram, and then I search out their name, and I click their um their page. The first thing that's like the first thing that first pops out to me is their branding, right? Their colors, their content, things like that, right? So like I've heard of so many brands, gone to their page, check their page, and immediately I see their page, I just swipe out. But there are some pages that somebody have told me about, so I've seen and heard about them, and I go to their page, and I start binge watching every of their content, right? Because they've built this like factor in their content, to the extent that you go to their page, there's enough content, there's enough value for you to want to remain there and want to know about them, right? And then when I start consuming their content and they start building that chaos factor in me, I get to trust them. And before you know, one day I just say, "This is brand I want to buy from." So that's how it works. That's how it works. Amos is here. Amos, good evening. Welcome.
Hi, so good evening. Hi, everyone. So sorry I'm late. Yeah, technical issues, but I see that we already jumped right in already, like having fun, and yeah, it's good to be here. So how are you all doing? Okay, I'm sure we are like 22 minutes in, but yeah, trust we're all doing well. I am doing well. For those of you that care, for those of you that don't care, no problem. Uh, so, what's next on the agenda? I know today we're having a Q&A session, and I think I'm seeing some really interesting questions in the comments. So if you have questions, just drop them down. We'll try to attend to as many questions as we can. So where are we next? Where are we moving on to next week?
Yeah, so a lot of people are asking questions about like data analytics. No, they didn't ask questions, but they like when I asked them that what was the topic that they had challenges. A lot of people said data analysis. So if you can do just do like a short recap. There are
So,
questions. I think there are questions on this slide on data analytics, but we'll get there. So this I'm just answering questions, and a lot of people said SEO. You didn't understand SEO. If you can do a quick recap on SEO and SME.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I think,
but there are questions on this slide. You can check them
mm,
to answer. Yeah.
yeah, okay. I
So
think
should,
that's first of all in terms of
okay.
like because I'm seeing some of the questions here, and I mean we have spoken about these things. You're telling us, you're asking me to say about SU and SCM again, and like there are like videos of it. So I would appreciate it if like okay, you're asking questions in this session now. You're asking questions from the point where you're actually following us, not you expecting us to come and teach different topics again. And just for an example, I'm going to throw that SU and SCM question to the comment section. If you know what SEO is, tell me you know what SCM is, put it in comment section. I'll see there. And if you know like exactly what the difference is, let's see there. Let's see if you're following. So I'll be expecting to just see like more things about SEO, SCM. And even okay, you mentioned analytics, probably no concrete question, but if you have a concrete question on it, or even what you understand about what I've taught you so far in the analytics aspect, yeah. Why will I take the practical aspect on Google Analytics again? There's like a whole video of it online on ABC that I can go and watch. Yes, thank you. SEO, search engine optimization, Docker, thank you. Search engine marketing, SEM. So what are the differences? So you can't come and ask me a question that when we have like existing videos on YouTube, it means you're probably not following or you are too lazy to go back and watch those videos. So let's ask questions from a point of where, okay, you know you are following, what are the exact or specific questions that you want to ask? Yes, a lot of people are telling me or are telling what SEO and SEM is here already. So I want to know like, okay, what's the difference between SEO and SEM from what we've been speaking about during the past weeks? Apparently,
What is the
Emmanuel's
difference on SCM? SCM. Okay.
um, SEO is organic, SEM is paid. Thank you very
Yeah.
much, Tofu. Thank you very much, Esther. Seeing this question, Emmanuel Badge's question, I don't do you understand what he's asking. My question is about how to use websites as a platform to market your service, especially for professionals who are not allowed to use social media. Why are you not allowed to use social media? I think that'll be my first question for you as a professional.
Professionals who are not allowed to use social media. How is that possible?
That's
Like,
but yeah, even if you're not allowed to use social media, we did talk about blogs. We did talk about having blog posts on your website. You can use that to actually drive traffic, and that's where the SEO bit actually even comes in place. Okay, it's against professional, e.g., accountants. So let's say it's actually against professionals, e.g., accountants actually create social media pages. I have spoken about the blog post I've said. We have spoken about sending emails, sending newsletters. You can ask for referrals. Like now, if you have a lot of email lists, a lot of people that have used your platform before, you can use email very well to just like, okay, send emails, tell them to actually refer others to you. Yeah, okay, SEO makes your site discoverable. Exactly. So I think the SEO thing, the email bit, and you can also post on platforms that you check your guidelines because I mean there are always like guidelines to this. They won't outrightly say that you can't create social media page on an account because what are they trying to say? You can't talk about what you do. So you're going to look at your guidelines because I mean I see a lot of professional accountants on LinkedIn. To be right, and they're talking about like okay what they do, they can do this for your company and everything. Like even if I don't see them on other social media platforms. So I'll say that first thing is that first of all go and like read what the rule book says. I know there's a gray area around professionals and marketing themselves in that accounting space, but just go and first understand like what the do's and don'ts are, and then you can just use like okay the things you can do to your advantage. I'm sure from all the things we've spoken about in the entire course of this session, there are one, two, three things that you can actually use to your benefit.
So I'm an accountant, so I understand like that. But trust me, I've worked with accountants. My first social media manager in this thing was an accounting firm, and I still had a call with an accountant not long. I'm in the process of working with a tax accountant. It's not nobody will penalize you for sharing your knowledge and actually telling people to actually telling people that you can help them as an accountant. Nobody will penalize you. What what the accounting profession does not allow is that you bringing down someone else's over like just to promote yourself, just like saying we are the best in the world or we are the best, like you bringing out somebody's business just to promote your own. Right? So I know a lot of accountants that share educational content on tax, give a lot of educational content, create freebies and share, right? And then they have their own tax agency. Like if you are an accountant and you want clients, right? What you can do right now is you can create a big magnet that says three mistakes that you are making in your tax, or three things you need to learn about the FRS, or something. Package something as a free gift, send it out. Anybody that takes your lead magnet is a potential lead or a potential client for your organization. As simple as that, and you cannot be penalized for that because you're just sharing free value.
All right, thank you very much, Toby. So you heard from a chartered accountant himself, so you know what to do, Manuel. So I think you're muted. I'm sorry. Hmm.
So someone asked a question on clarifications on how to use card, um, WordPress card to build our website. So I used to tell you guys that most of the things they are looking for, you will get full detailed um, explanation on YouTube. Like, for example, this WordPress thing now, how to build a WordPress site. Go to YouTube and just literally type like that, how to build a WordPress site. And you see videos from WordPress or other WordPress builders. For me, I use Elementor to build landing pages and sales pages, right? So you can literally find videos on Elementor, tons of videos. When I was learning Elementor, I can remember watching 4 hours videos just to learn the hang of it. Just learn out the hang of how to use Elementor to design a website and things like that. And there are tons of templates that are online, right? And also same thing with card, right? So basically, we've pointed you in the right direction. You know all of these things, and you can actually get information um, from from videos on YouTube, or you can go back to the class that there was a class that I showed you the dashboard of WordPress and how to use WordPress, how to use Elementor, the Elementor that I use. We built a mini like opt-in page right in that class. So you can go back to that class. So basically that's it.
Did you answer this question already? I'm seeing a question here. How does someone who has never been on social media or has no social media account thrive in digital marketing?
So if you have no social media account and you want to thrive in marketing, what is the first step? You create a social media account and you start to post. So this is the problem. There are people that I believe everybody is a born content creator because of and I there are spiritual backers. I can give you spiritual backing so for this. Your God was a creator. So there's no way you can tell me that you are not a creator, you cannot create content. Yeah. So basically, understand your strengths, right? Would you like to write? Would you like to would you like to write? Would you like to make videos? Are you somebody that like making videos? Or are you somebody that like writing a lot? Or are you somebody that likes just like graphics? Or there are things that you basically like. And then now you need to think about after you have looked inward, you need to look outward at your audience. Okay, which type of audience are you trying to serve? And I think in week 2 we looked at personas, like we looked at avatars, like how to build a customer avatar. So ask yourself, who do I want to serve? Right? Who do I want to serve? Are they professionals? Are they doctors? Are they nurses? Are they farmers? And pick a channel, right? So after you have determined who you want to serve, you've defined them to a T using the customer avatar that I've taught you. Go and look for a channel. Okay, where are they? Like when you're working on your customer avatar, then you realize where those people are. Right? Realize where those people are, and then if it's on Instagram, if it's on Facebook, let's say targeting there's somebody I was having a call for, and she said she's targeting 40 plus women who are passing having like midlife crisis. For those kind of people, our target audience will likely be on Facebook or Instagram. And so it will make sense for her to go to TikTok, right? So pick a channel and have a content plan. And also, we already looked at how to come up with the content strategy, how to come up with the content calendar. I think I gave you guys a free sheet that contains 90 plus hook templates that you can use, right? Just basically pick your content calendar. The content calendar is even already structured, and then work on that content calendar, come up with content that you can post, and then start posting. If you don't want to go that route, or you feel that you have some money to spend on ads on SEO, you can start a blog, right? That's super easy, right? And you learn in the process, right? Most of this clarity that you're asking for will come after you have done it, not while you're just sitting around and you're not doing anything, right? So you work on creating content. You work on getting yourself out there, getting yourself seen. And if you remember, like when we talk about funnels, also your top of the funnel, your top of the funnel is actually getting people to know you, getting people to see you. If it's reaching out strategy, you can reach out to people. Um, you can reach out to people. You just have to pick a strategy and work with it. Which one works best for you? Like I said, there's no there's no secret strategy or there's no best strategy. There's just the strategy that works best for you. So you just have to get out there. That's what I'll say to that. Amos, do you want to add anything?
No, 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 I think you've actually spoken it all. I mean, you don't have to have social media accounts actually. Like, you don't have to have social media presence to be a very good digital marketer. I think that's what I'll just conclude. Like, you just have to apply the principles that we have applied on here. And yes, and all the things about like that Toby have actually spoken about. Let me not repeat them again. Just like yes, implement them. I want to. There's a question. Yeah. Okay. I'll try and be going from so I don't miss questions. So someone asked something about AI about theft. Okay, GD Abayomi, how can someone or an upcoming digital marketer avoid intellectual property theft in content or copywriting, considering the age we are now where AI is the way, like I understand where you're coming from though. So I think one thing that first of all says that like when you're talking about content writing, always make sure you do your original research. Always make sure you do your original research or your ideation. And then when you're using AI, just use AI responsibly. So make sure you write AI in your own output. And it's always a good thing like when you source for when you do your research, when you get content from different sources, identify your sources, put them into references, and also paraphrase people like, okay, this is what someone said. You can paraphrase that this is what someone said. Then the next thing that you need to make sure you do is like, okay, write in your own style, you're writing your own content. And the final thing is what's the word? Is just checking for plagiarism, make sure that there's no plagiarism in your own content. The thing is, um when you're talking about like theft now, intellectual property theft in content or copywriting, um it will it it depends on who you are writing for. Now, if a company employs you, whatever content you write, if a company employs you, whatever content you write for them, it's their property already. So it's not your own property anymore. Whatever content you write for people in terms of contracts is also their property. It's no longer your property. Content you write for yourself is your own property. And nowadays, yes, like considering the age we are now, it's going to be hard for like you to tag everybody that is using your content. But if you followed all these processes and you make sure that okay, the content you are putting out there has a form of thought leadership attached to it. Whenever people are trying to also use part of your content, they're also going to like paraphrase or cite you that okay, yes, this is where this content actually came from. So that's the way you can actually avoid intellectual property theft in content or copywriting.
Yes, I also want like that point that we must give is very. You cannot copy storytelling. If I write something that is my own experience, there's no way you can copy it. Like because it's my own experience is unique to me, right? So most of my content are majorly like things that I'm learning internally. Like it's very hard to steal. That's why I step with that. I stop posting educational content because it's not something that somebody can copy. And what a lot of people don't understand is that AI has made the game harder, right? AI has just increased the standard of consumption. Before, if you're posting mediocre content, like just average content, people will still people will still like chill with you. But now with AI in the picture, the standard of what people expect has jumped higher. Now, storytelling was like a buzzword before, right? Storytelling was like a buzzword before. Now, storytelling is the key. Like storytelling is the thing now, right? Because the standard of people have jumped up. I will know if you are using AI. Like I will just know if you are using AI because I've worked in AI so much that I will know if your content is from AI because there are specific things that I will see in your content to be able to know that your content is AI. And then if I say your content is AI content and you tell me that your content is not AI content and you actually write it, then that's even worse. Because if you are as a human being, you are sending as AI, like that was like you are not going anywhere, right? So the standard has gone up. Like you must learn how to write stories. That's this is very, very, very important. You must learn how to write stories. I think I mentioned in our class. Go and watch, go and start watching how storytellers do their thing. Like go to the behind the scene of all these Hollywood movies and go and like those writers of all these Hollywood movies. They have like documentaries of how they wrote a particular movie and things like that. Go and learn from them. Like how do they come up with those fictions? How can you write good stories? Um how can you articulate your experience in a way that people people will love, people will like, right? So that's the standard of content that's jumped up. Like people, I knew the kind of content, like some of the content that I was seeing now that are not really doing good. If you had posted those content like 4 years ago or even 3 years ago, they would have done good. But then now people are looking for like personal connection with people. People are looking for that connection. So you must know how to evoke emotions in your content. I also mentioned something that the difference between a mediocre email when I was teaching email copywriting was that the difference between a mediocre email and an email that performs well is just the feeling, the personality that the personality that is that the spice of personality that you put in that email. Like it's just the spice of that's the difference between a mediocre email and an email that is really working well. That's the spice of personality that you put in it. Those are sprinkles of personality. So yeah, that's it. That's how you stay ahead of AI.
All right, thank you very much for that, Toby. Um, I feel like we have like a lot of questions I've not got into, so we're going to just try and get to as many as we can get to. I would appreciate it if we try not to actually spam the comment section, so like we don't like you don't need to repeat questions more than 3 times. We'll get to them as soon as we can. Um, One question here: what digital marketing channels would you prioritize for a chain of businesses running a farm products, restaurants, and transportation, and why? So let me take that. So if I get your question right, what digital marketing channels would you prioritize for a chain of businesses running a farm product? So you have a chain of businesses, you're running a farm products, um, restaurants, and transportation. So those are three things, three in one businesses. That's very interesting. So one thing that I would first ask is for talking about digital marketing channels, you can prioritize as many digital channels as possible. You can even focus on one or two. You can just pick out of the options that we've shared, out of the options that we've spoken about, which one of them do you think, first of all, like you play to your strengths, and secondly, cater to your target audience. Let's talk about farm products, for example. If you want to target people that are probably interested in farm products, Facebook might be one of the digital channels you want to prioritize. If you're looking into restaurants, depending on the location of the restaurants, could be TikTok or Instagram, depending on it. I'm not talking about transportation logistics. So it depends on the kind of transportation business also that you're talking about. And one thing that is very, very important is that who are your target audience? If your audience across these different chain of businesses are the same, if they are one and the same audience, then look for where you can actually find this audience. So you have to stop thinking about like, okay, a chain of businesses running this, running that, running this, running. Yes, you are doing like you understand, maybe Dangote group of businesses. But who are those people that are actually buying from you? Where would they be? They look for those channels. You prioritize those channels. And I think we've spoken about test and experimenting. Like you try it out. Like if you discover after about that, okay, this channel is not actually working out for you, you can always try out other channels to find out what works for you. So yes, like I said, first think about the audience that is buying. Then also another thing I like to add is focus on value. So a lot of times you see businesses because they do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, they want to tell you what they do everything. And when they try to do that, they end up telling people that they do nothing because like nobody's coming to remember you for like, okay, this is the value that I bring them. So once you've gotten your audiences and you've prioritized like your channels or you've chosen where you want to market them, also think about like, okay, what is the value that you're actually giving to these people? Is it just because of like, because in this chain of business I'm even seeing it's more of like a food supply chain. Probably you have farm products, then you are using the farm products for your restaurants, and then the transportation is probably in the logistics of moving farm produce. So probably your value is centered around agriculture. And you know that okay, these are the kind of people that you are actually giving this value to. So first of all, just understand your audience, understand your value, choose the channels that you feel like your audience will probably be, and then test, experiment. If a channel is not working out for you, if the strategy is not working out for you, learn to divert, learn to what's the word? Learn to separate, learn to try and something else. I hope that answers your question. Let me so you don't let me prompt AI to write content for you. I bet you will never know it is AI written unless you uh Toby, I'm in there though.
Yeah, so this is how I know that you know how to use good AI. If you can write with AI and I won't notice, then you're pretty good with AI, right? Because most of my content are with AI, but you never know that they're AI because like I've gotten that to an extent. I've trained my chatbot and I've gotten good at using AI, right? So if you can write a content for me and it's AI and I don't know, thumbs up to you. Like that's how to use AI. Like people that use AI that are good at using AI, you never know that it's AI that are using. So that's it. Like, but most people that use AI and we know it's AI, then they are not that good. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Toby. Yes. So this question, I would like you to answer this. Good evening, mentors. As a researcher and academics writer, how can email marketing be used to promote this service?
All right. So, who are your target audience? Back to who are your target audience? If you are a researcher and an academic writer, your target audience will practically be people who are in school, who are who are trying to write their projects. So, what can you give to someone who is trying to write their project that will help them write better, or maybe help them write faster, or kind of help them to complete their project. So this is if I were you, this is what I'll be thinking about. How can I help someone who is writing their project? How can I help them to write their project faster by themselves? Right. So I'll probably come up with a lead magnet that says 5 mistakes to avoid if you are writing your final year project. Or I could do a case study on how I helped someone write their final year project and they got a distinction. Or I could host a webinar teaching you how to write your final year project from A to Z, right? And for all of those lead magnets, I will take them through an opt-in page that collects their name, their email, and their phone number. And once they submit their name and their name, their email, and phone number, and once they click that link, it will redirect them to a thank you page. Now, on this thank you page, I will do a video, a 2 minute video introducing myself, telling them what I do and how I can help them. Now, in that 2 minute video, also, I'll pitch my services to them and tell them if they are interested, they should click the link below. When they click that link below, that link will lead them to my personal DM, and that's where I can now close them. Or that link can lead to like a 15 minutes call where I can jump on the call with them and actually close them. By the way, they are still in my phone now because I now have their email and I have their phone numbers. If they don't if they don't book a call with me, I can send them a text message now because now I have their phone number, right? Or send them an email, right? And I can send them emails breaking down different chapters, giving them tips on writing their final year project. And then at the end of those emails, I'm telling them to actually um, take my service out and introducing myself, telling them that this is what I do, I can help them to, and sharing testimonials, basically. So yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Let me answer another question. So someone said multiple businesses, is it wrong to do ads at once? So there is no direct answer to this question because, like I said, first of all, like you have to first think about what you want to do. What is your goal? What is the value that you want to give for your business? Now, you are running multiple businesses. Do you have the budget to actually do all these ads at once? If you have it, why not go ahead and try it? Because that's one thing you have to look at, stretching your budget thing. The other thing you have to look at, okay, your focus also. How many businesses are you doing? Can you run ads for each of and everything at once? And you can decide to try it. One best approach I would say is like, okay, you start with three, start with four, start with a few multiple segments. Then you look at, okay, this one is performing well, this one is not performing well. You post the ones that are not performing well, then you move on to the next one that is probably you've probably not tried and just compared to when you're performing well. You can try doing, I mean, Temu runs multiple ads. Like we've spoken about Temu's budget. I think it's one of our favorite brands here so far. So if you have the budget, why not go ahead and run multiple ads at once? But common practice is best to optimize for the best products, best businesses that first of all give you, because you're thinking about revenue, you're thinking about sales. What's actually driving the most money? That's what you actually want to double down on. You don't want to just be spending money on ads, running ads for a particular business that is not even giving you money at the end of the day. So you have to first of all be strategic. And all the things that we've spoken about, I've said it today already. Test, experiment, optimize. Just do all these things, and trust me, like if you have the budget, all the businesses, you'll figure out that you don't need to run ads for all of them at once. You only need to run ads for the ones that are the best performing. I hope that answers your question, Chinwe Doris. I'll leave this question next for Toby. So my customers are mostly on WhatsApp. Is there a way to use this medium to make more sales?
Definitely. And when we're talking about like channels, we talk about WhatsApp as a place to close more customers. Like it's a conversion. I'll say it's a conversion channel because that's where you can have conversations. And if you are good in marketing, you know conversations are what leads to conversions. Right. So you can just run a WhatsApp funnel. Right. So the WhatsApp funnel looks like the WhatsApp funnel looks like taking running ads, and then your ads can lead straight to WhatsApp, right? And this is what most e-commerce stores do. Right? So when they run ads to Messenger platform. So the Messenger platform could be like Facebook Messenger, it could be Instagram Messenger, it could be WhatsApp. So just run a WhatsApp platform, but ensure that when you are running as a WhatsApp platform, there's somebody who is on standby to respond, to talk to people like very, very fast, right? So that's just it. So you can run ads straight to your WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp can be more of your call to action. So more of your call to actions for your content can be text me on WhatsApp or click the link in my bio to chat with me on WhatsApp. So that's as simple as this.
All right, thank you very much, Toby. Someone asked, how do I build a portfolio as a newbie in digital marketing, planning to build a career as a digital as we meant to say digital marketer. It's very, very easy to build a portfolio, right? I mean, I'll give you a project very soon. I think the project assignment will be shared with you very soon. If you do it and it very well, that's already a portfolio that you have. So just look for little projects that you can do. Look for a lot of examples like, okay, some of the assignments we've given you that we probably told you not to submit. If you actually worked on them or if you didn't work on them, this is your chance to start working on them. You can use them as a portfolio because what people want to see in your portfolio is your work, what you can do, what you're capable of. So just experiment with these little things that we have taught you, taking some of these things to practice that you find interesting. You're already building a portfolio little by little. Then it now depends on like, okay, the kind of portfolio you want to build also. Like, okay, do you want to build for portfolio focusing on writing or focusing on content or focusing on ads or digital media? Just look for little side projects that you can do. You can even walk up to your friend if you don't have a business or you can walk up to your friend and like, okay, you have a business, let me help you and do this thing. And when your friend's going to be happy, yes, I'm getting someone to do this thing for free, but you have your own goal. You want to build your portfolio. And at the end of the day, you realize that you're not just building a portfolio, you're shaping your experience, you're improving your skills, and you are preparing yourself for the reward. So when you work on some projects, when you get a very good job or you get a contract, you're like, okay, I've actually done this thing some time ago, and it was actually pro bono, but like now look at how much I'm getting from this. I'm sure if Toby and I share stories of like probably free gigs or side projects that we worked on in the past that is paying off really now, some of you will be like, wow, 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 wow. So yes, it's actually very, very good to just like experiment on these things.
Yeah,
Um,
like most times there is a I have a writing community, and it, this was a kind of it was a kind of argument that can you get jobs without a portfolio, or do you need a portfolio? The key thing out there is that you can build your portfolio from anywhere. Like, see, just a dummy project, you already have a portfolio, because what's your portfolio? Your portfolio is just a work. You can offer free gifts to your friends. Like, just go and meet a friend that is probably trying to run a business and try to set up their social media account. Do a 30 days content calendar for them. Ensure that you follow up for that 30 days. For 30 days, you're posting for them, get your results. Whatever your insight says, document it down. So basically, just document your journey. Keep on doing things and document your journey. I landed my first client without a portfolio, right? I just pitched her and say, I can do this for you. I'll do it for free for you. I did it for free for her. I sent it to her. I landed my first client. If she didn't actually pick me as a client, I'll just carry what I did for her for free and put it in my portfolio. So it's as simple as that.
thank you very much, Toby. Then I have a question here. So someone said I have an existing website. How can I change the keywords to attract more search? My answer to the question is to go and watch our videos, because the question is not even, it's not direct. It shows you need to have more understanding on how keywords work. Then you can understand how to actually attract more search, because you are not changing a keyword. You are using different keywords. You are using different set of keywords that attract more people to your audience. So for the sake of this Q&A session, just go and watch, like, I think we're going to have another Q&A session. So if you need more understanding of it, just go and watch the past video, so that when you come here, you're making more informed questions. I will know that yes, you're following. That's you, Sonny Kings. Um, so I don't know, have you spoken on this question talking about videos on Elementor? Do you want to?
No, I saw the question. The question is funny because I don't know how you want to be. The question is funny. What asks for the WordPress videos on YouTube, we need to buy a domain before building a web. Um,
All
See,
these videos on. This is
like,
not a website class. I think I've said it before. The fact that we talk about a lot of these things.
yeah, it's not a website class, and also, if you are looking for free alternatives, basically on that same YouTube videos, they give you free alternatives, right? There's
Mhm.
card.co that I talked about. You don't need to have a domain to build a one-page website with card.co. There is weeks to there, right? So, like, all of these questions, if you want to use Elementor now, you have to, because Elementor is a builder, is a WordPress site builder. So now you have to get a domain, right? So all of this, everything, all of this, I'm sure that they gave alternative in the videos I watched. But yeah,
All right, thank you, Toby. I want to ask if email marketing is a good niche to start a digital marketing journey. Every niche is a good niche. Every niche is a good niche. Just find your strength. Just create your strength. I don't. So do you get a lot of questions and people are coming that like they want the one that's easy. That's easy, and I'm like, everything is easy. Everything is hard.
exactly,
You have to
exactly.
just choose.
There's no easy. There's no, like, if you say you want to be like, I have a lot of people that they say they want to be a copywriter because copywriting is the easiest one. When we take you into the world of copywriting and you start learning how to write sales pages, and you have to write 20 pages for a product, you will know it's hard. By the time you have to write 20 pages for a product, that the research that you have to do to come up with words like that. So everything is easy and everything is hard. Like, you just pick what you know you can see yourself doing for a very long time, right? So pick what you can see yourself doing and pick from a place of natural. For me, I just like writing. I really like writing. I like writing things, right? And growing up, I had problem with English, right? So they had to give me a lot of English teachers, and I think that's what made me like keen on writing and all this English public speaking and things like that. But yeah, just speak from a place of from a place of passion, and then just follow with that.
All right, thank you very much, Toby. I feel like they should subscribe to like a masterclass on WordPress. If okay, yeah. So then the okay, this is 8:01. I think it's time for a break. We're going on a break now, so you can just let them go on their break and come back for. All right then. Let's go on break. We'll see you right after the break. So just come prepared with your questions. Don't ask your questions now till we are back because you might miss it. So just hold your questions now when we get back. Are you talking to me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. So, welcome back. So, let's move to the next question.
Alright.
So, Emmanuel asks, good evening, sir. As a medical laboratory scientist, own medical laboratory, who are my target audience? And which platform is best? Emmanuel, I think you're at the best place to tell me who your target audience is. Like, am I speaking? Abi Amos,
Yes. Yes, you are.
you'll be able to tell me who your target audience is. You're the medical laboratory scientist. Who are the kind of people that would need your help as a medical laboratory scientist? Like who do you serve? Right? And it's your target audience that determines the platform that you actually use.
Alright. Yes, Emmanuel, like Toby has said, you're the one that is going to like tell us who your target audience is. I mean, think about it. Who walks into your sites? What people that need the service you offer? What people that come for tests or come to do one thing or the other? So you're in the best position to actually tell us who your own target audience is because you are the one that has been interacting with these customers. Someone asks, how do I advertise effectively as a distributor for a product? Jennifer, I think you have to put more context into that.
What
Um,
product?
yes, what kind of product? Are you talking as an affiliate marketer? I have a feeling it's most likely going to be an affiliate marketing. So what I'll just advise is like just look into affiliate marketing and see how affiliate marketing is done. There are a lot of ways you can actually do it. If it's for a particular product. You can actually, if you are creating a social media page, you can just put it there like, okay, Temu distributor or Temu affiliate marketer or something. So there are ways you can actually go about it. What you're looking for is affiliate marketing. So I want to answer a
Um,
question also because I saw this person putting it twice. Amzat Olalekon. So for your question, please go and watch the videos. I spoke about this. If you watch videos, I spoke about examples of how we can use data. I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure I talk about like data and using it for digital marketing in one of, I think in our last class to be exact, and how we can actually choose which one is performing very well and just like decide to go with the ones that are performing very well. Yes. So if I did not take it, you guys can feel free to tell me. Like, there's no if I did not take it. Yeah. Thank you. So to be honest, say something.
yeah, so to answer like Jennifer's question, probably the lab scientist guy, that's Emmanuel Augustina. So basically, how to if you are having problem with coming up with a strategy for you selling your product, I think I've said this also. There is this principle of actually looking at who are doing what you are doing at a larger scale. So look for medical laboratory scientists who are online on different platforms. Like look at them and look at what they are doing, what they are kind of doing, and then you can get insights on what you're also for the distributor. We look for similar people who are doing what they are doing and look for what are they doing on those discovery level and they can come up with something from there.
Yeah. Okay. So someone asks about when choosing keywords for ads. Is it best to choose keywords with high or low cost per click, or just work on budget, considering you want to generate maximum conversion? So now it depends on what your goal is. First of all, like you know what your goal is. Your goal is to drive sales, drive conversions. So now you also want to drive sales and conversions with as low what's the word with as low cost as possible. I mean, you don't want to be spending more than you're actually gaining.
when you market a product. Let's say your gain is 1,000 naira, you're spending 5,000 naira to get one person to buy it for 1,000 naira. You don't want to do that. At the same time, when you're talking about running ads, especially on Google, you don't want to lose out to your competitors at times, depending on the budget, depending on who are your competitors. You don't want to lose out to, like, okay, you know that these keywords are probably bringing you the best results that it could possibly bring you, but the cost is too high. You now have to start thinking like, okay, is it worth me going for this keyword? Is it worth me bidding for these keywords? And one more important thing to add is that I did talk about this in one of our classes, that you can actually choose a maximum bid. So if you see that, okay, these particular keywords that you want to target, they are bringing you ICPC, like a high cost per click, and you don't want the cost per click to be that high, you can actually set a maximum bid that, okay, you shouldn't bid for this keyword if it exits 200 naira, 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira. This is the maximum it will go. So what will then happen is that you bidding for that keyword becomes really low because there's probably a high competition in those keywords. That's probably what makes it very high. However, whenever you can, with the budget that you have, you can still manage to like bid for it. So that's just like setting expectations, working within your budget, working within your means. If you're a brand that has like a lot of money to spend, you have a lot of budget, sure, go for it. No matter how high the keywords that you're targeting is, just keep going for it. Then to add, like, more important is that what makes the keyword high or low is not only about the keywords themselves. Yes, the keywords themselves has a role to play, but I mentioned something about, like, okay, optimizing for our headlines, optimizing for our landing pages, optimizing for our headlines, optimizing for our landing pages. If your headlines are not good, if the description is not good, if when you come to your landing page or you come to your website is not also good, it's going to actually affect your cost per click. So it's not just about thinking about the keywords, it's about thinking about every single thing that has to do with your ads. I hope that's clear, Collins. All right.
So someone is asking, so I have an IG page for my biz and I've not been able to advertise my products. Kindly guide me on how to go about it. By advertising, I'm thinking it's paid ads they're talking about. You must want to answer,
Okay.
take that.
So if I have an IG page for my business and I've not been able to advertise my products, kindly guide me on how to go about it. Again, we've spoken about this, but yeah, apart from the fact that, like, okay, we've spoken about like the strategies, this kind of content that you want to put on your brand. If you want to start running adverts on your page, you can use the old course we did on Meta Ads. You'll be able to just advertise on your Instagram page. You can also go directly from your Instagram, and you will see basic options. I did mention it in one of our classes that when you are running ads from Instagram, you might not have a wide range of options for you to run as you're running from the ads manager that we used as a case study. But you will also see options that you can use, and you can run your ad directly on IG. But and you can also as well use the same way we did it, run it on ads manager. So yeah, I would say those are the ways. You can watch the video that we did on the paid ads part, and like you will get a very, very good understanding of it.
So someone is asking here that in social media marketing for a baker, what should be the go-to basis? Influencer marketing or content creation? If you have the budget to pay an influencer, do pay an influencer. So the way I see paid ads and organic ad is that paid ad helps you get things faster, right? Because one thing that you need in your business is eyeballs, right? You can either rely on organic or do paid. With paid ads, like you can be able to test faster, get people eyeballs on your products faster, and like get that conversion faster. So you're able to test faster. But with organic ads, like you have to experiment, do a lot of shenanigans to maybe get that content that actually moves you forward, or post a lot of content where you can get a lot of eyeballs. Right. So, but if you have budget for an influencer marketer, by all means, just ensure that your funnel is properly optimized so that the eyeballs that are getting to you you are making sure that you are properly like optimizing them and actually have conversion systems to actually convert them to customers. So, but content creation will be a way to if you don't have like a huge budget on to spend on influencers, right? So, do content creation, just do lifestyle content. Take the behind the scenes of you making the cake, the ideation of making the cake, things like that. Post your cake content online and things like that. So yeah, by all means, please go to other cake vendors, people that are operating at a bigger and better place than you are, like they are really succeeding in this thing, and learn from them, please.
All right, thank you very much. I hope that answers the question. I think I saw one about to answer talk on. Okay. Jennifer, so are you the owner of the products or you have the products? Like you have to give us more context. Like if you're not the owner of the products, it's still more or less affiliate marketing. You can look into network marketing because you are still selling the products for other people. If it's buying and selling that you're doing, then it's more of an e-commerce. So you're probably opening a store or opening an Instagram page to sell these particular products. Yeah. So do you own the products or you're selling other people's products? And are you selling directly? Like, okay, the company knows you that you're selling it for them and they're trusting you as like, okay, they're distributor. So if you don't want to even call it affiliate marketing, you can call it network marketing. Or there are different terms to it, but it all points back to the same fact that like, okay, you're selling products for other people. Or if it's more of a buying and selling context, you're talking about e-commerce, yeah, and all the things that we've spoken about still apply to all this. Then someone said, why is engagement always the preferred choice when running ads? Engagement is not always the preferred choice when running ads. I think it's usually conversions that we even go for when running ads. Like, but you can also do engagement. You can use any. You can chase any goal that you want. Yes, someone said, how do you include keywords? How do you include keywords? Is it in your content or targeting options? So when you're talking about keywords, you're talking about in the ads part or in the SEO, but in either of them, I feel like in either of them, you can go and watch the past videos. Yes, I feel like I'm saying go and watch the past videos a lot, but I feel like if we are actually watching some of these videos, some of the questions that we are asking, we probably won't be asking them. Yes, and the main aim of this session is that okay, some of the things that we've probably not treated or we've probably not talked about, or you've watched, you've learned, you've spoken, and you still have more questions to ask from them. Let us like just come back down, like say level below, and just like okay, yes, address a lot of this question, address any part of it that might not be clear. So if you actually did watch any of the past videos or everything, you can just come with your concrete questions. Like, okay, yes, we said this, but this is the part you did not get. Because we're going to have another Q&A session after today. So it would be nice if we all come prepared with our questions. Toby, I think I will let you answer this. This is talking about branding and personality. So how do you function as a name within a brand and still promote the brand and your personality? So I'm going to believe this ties down to like using yourself to promote your brand.
How do you how do you function as a name within a brand
Within
and
a
still promote
brand
the
and your personality.
Mm, so So people fall in love with brands and majorly, right? If your brand is actually your personality, it's what makes you different. It's your story. It's your who you are, right? And if you can, there are different ways to connect who you are with your products. For example, you see people who are in the lifestyle or who are into beauty and stuff like that. So you see them on YouTube talking about beauty, blah blah blah, and then they will talk about the foundation that I use. And this is the foundation that I use. If you want it, click the link in the bio to get it on Amazon. Right, like that. Once you go to Amazon and you buy it, you get a commission on it. So there are different ways to tie your product to your brand. It's just knowing exactly your target audience is, understanding your target audience is, what they want, and selling what they want to them, right? Because a lot of times you sell what the target audience don't want what you want, or what you are selling. So that's just it. I don't really understand the question, but yeah,
All right, thank you. Um, so how can an NGO promote the organization with ads? The same thing, the same way we've spoken about all the other forms of promotion we've spoken about, regardless of you being an NGO. So this is to Sandra Peter, and even also answers your question, Jennifer. Regardless, the same strategies that we've spoken about still works for you, right? They apply to you, so you can do every single thing that we've spoken about. So regardless of the fact that you're an NGO or you're a distributor, does not mean that you can't still apply all the strategies that I've spoken about. Just look for the strategy that works best for you, and then you are good to go. What platform is best for promoting sales for someone who sells cosmetic and hair products? So, like we said, think about like your audience. Who are those that are buying um these products? Mostly ladies. Where would you find ladies? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok? Then you choose this platform. And I also mentioned something about like okay, testing and optimizing. Like okay, you test for this particular platform. If this platform does not go well, you go to another platform or you try. And like you can even on that same platform, you can even test different content. Like okay, which content works best for you. Yeah, so that answers your question, Fidelis. So someone said, what are the most effective ways to monetize your ads? I am not sure how we want to monetize your ads exactly. So I think you might give more context to that question. Um, so like I said, we're going to have this session again. Just go back. We'll communicate it to you. Most likely be to tomorrow. To be tomorrow. But if it's not going to be tomorrow, we're going to communicate it with you when the next Q&A session is going to be. But go back, watch some of the videos that we've spoken about. You can just probably fast forward it to like use maybe 1.5x speed if watching it in like the normal speed is too slow for you. But watch all the videos that we've spoken about, any topics that you missed. I love this question that we've spoken about. Some of the questions that you are all asking, we've actually addressed them. So it's a nice like, okay, you go back, you watch some of them, then you come back with more questions. We've come to the end of this session. To have a lot. Let me just look at this. Pressure says, is there this setup that deals with logistics at child? What are the steps to increase visibility and get more customers? Because I want to help. Yes, so like I said, you want to get more customers, you want to get increased visibility. Choose the channels, choose Instagram, choose TikTok. Channel people that want to order food, which channels are they always in? And how do you get more customers? Talk to people. That's the best way, especially for a platform that wants to do something
exactly
like challenge.
research. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So exactly, do your research. Most of these questions that you're asking, how do you get customers and everything, it's just research. When you do your research, you even already have brands that you patronize when it comes to food. Once you do your research, you already know where to be on. All right. So, in our next Q&A, we'll start from the questions that I prepared because there's some set of questions that I prepared. I think that most of those questions we've been answering them as we're answering these questions because I prepared these questions myself. But we'll go over those questions again. And please prepare your questions. Watch videos so that you can ask intelligent questions. Yeah, we can ask better intelligent questions. All right.
All right. Thank you very much. Please have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your night. We are closing the episode like you take a break. Rest Monday. It's Monday. I know some of us had a crazy Monday. I did if you didn't. So yeah, do enjoy the rest of your night and goodbye.